Welcome to Metro.
Stopping all stations.
Change here.
Stopping all stations.
All trains now arriving. Now arriving.
21 minutes.
Now arriving. Now arriving.
G'day guys, welcome back to Stopping All Stations, Potty Episode 2. How good is this, Benny boy?
What a turnaround. I mean, we can't guarantee we'll do it every week forever, but it's a good start, isn't it, Maxie?
This project, mate, is so fun to make. Hopefully, we can keep going for a very, very long time.
Oh, yeah, 100%, mate. I mean, it's been so good already. I know we're loving it. And today, we've got some pretty cool segments lined up, don't we?
Exactly right. Our first stop is at a line many of you may not have heard of, the lost Broadstore Branch Line. From there, we head to the newsroom before an ultimate quiz on the Werribee Line.
We're then going to take a look at the massive Metro 2 project running right through the city before checking out some crazy facts from around the world. And it doesn't stop there either. We'll also be sharing some pretty exciting news towards the end of the podcast.
Oh, how good. Sounds like a banger to me. And now let's head to the Broadstore Line. Let's go.
The Broadstore Branch Line is one of Melbourne's long-lost railways and one that many people won't have heard of. We both reckon it's pretty interesting, don't we, Max?
Oh, very much so. Opened in the midst of World War II on the 12th of October in 1942, the line was a branch off the Craigieburn Line, just north of Broadmeadows.
It travelled for 1.6 kilometres to the Maygar Barracks, with a further branch to a migrant hostel in the area.
The final station on the line was Broadstore. But what's there now? Well, in 1982, the line was closed to rail traffic. The lines, or the tracks, remained in place until 1991, and the line was sadly ripped up for good.
The closure was most likely due to the benefits not really requiring a rail line, with the 1964 financial year stating only £1,789 revenue came out of Broadstore. And when you compare that to the £120,000 in an upfield, must have been a struggle.
All right, it must have been. From our extensive research, however, there looks to be some remnants still there. Near the old junction with the main line, there looks to be some old tracks at Railway Crescent and Blair Street where the line used to cross over. It's also pretty clear to see on any old map where the line used to run.
The military barracks are still there now, along with a nice rail trail along the line, past the houses, sadly ending a few hundred metres from where the line itself finished.
Such a shame. I mean, I have never heard of this line. Seriously, it's such a shame because it's such a big part of history.
I know, me neither. I mean, it's sort of the mysterious line, you know, the forgotten line of Melbourne, but there it is, you know, so it's a pretty interesting one, isn't it?
I mean, mate, we're going to have to go and explore it one day for sure.
We are.
I mean, seeing from the cracking photos that, I mean, there's not many, but what's there far out, it's so cool.
Oh, it's definitely one of Melbourne's secrets, I guess, and it's pretty cool.
So, Ben, I reckon it's time to head to the newsroom. A few big announcements to come.
There is.
Now arriving. Now arriving.
4 minutes.
Now arriving.
On to the newsroom now, and there is some big news. Infrastructure Victoria has released their plans for a 30-year vision for Melbourne's transport system. How good? It pretty much outlines some interesting plans for transport, ranging from new freeways to new railway lines. And this was paired with some interesting news on the suburban rail loop, wasn't it, Ben?
It was, yeah, just on the Infrastructure Victoria plan too. I mean, that looks pretty interesting. There's a whole heap of, you know, new proposed lines, one that we'll be touching on soon. But yeah, no, it's pretty interesting, isn't it?
Could not agree more. It's packed with information. It was a great read, and I highly recommend you guys go on and head it out.
It is. So the Suburban Rail Loop business case, that was also released in the past week. And that showed a fair bit about what Melbourne's 90-kilometre suburban rail loop will look like and how it will stack up. So more than 430,000 passengers are expected to use both the eastern and northeastern sections daily by 2056. And the plans for the line also have driverless trains running through the loop at pretty high frequencies too, every 6 minutes, supposedly.
That is some crazy news and big developments on the suburban rail loop side.
It is, yeah, it's a massive thing, isn't it? So pretty interesting to see.
Another big change to the system is the pausing of late night services on trains, trams and buses on weekends whilst Melbourne is under a curfew. The restrictions is 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. on Saturdays and 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. on Sundays. Wow.
Yeah, so that's obviously an important change, I guess, as the curfew's in place. But yeah, we'll see what the effects of that are. So it's a pretty interesting thing here, to be honest. The main issue, I guess, is essential workers. When you consider that they rely on a lot of these late night services, hopefully the overall benefits that arise from the restrictions can help steer the city out of lockdown.
Exactly right. I mean, I see it. I see why they did it. But like you said, hopefully it doesn't affect the people who are working hard during these times. But yeah.
Exactly right. Yeah. Hopefully they can find a way around that. And yeah.
Now, Ben, we have a big segment coming up.
We do.
This segment.
It's a big segment. It's, some would call it the highlight, maybe. It's a big one. It's a big one.
And what is it?
We have got the world famous, the all-conquering,
World famous.
stopping all stations quiz. Here we go.
Let's head to the Werribee Line. Let's go.
Right, onto the quiz now, and checking in on the scoreboard after one round. Let's look who's leading. Who was leading again, Max? Was it who was leading? It was me. It was me, wasn't it? Yeah. So as we know, I'm winning the quiz at the minute, but we're onto the Werribee Line now. Now that's a fair way away from both the areas that me and Maxie know pretty well. So it could be a bit of a challenge.
Let's hope we don't embarrass ourselves too much. I don't think we will, but apologies in advance. So who wants to go first?
Oh, I reckon you can go first, Maxie.
All right. Good luck, Ben. I'm going to win.
Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Question 1 for you. How many stations are on the line after Footscray?
Okay, now I think this will be quicker than the Mernda one because I know I'm a bit better, I think. So we'll run through them. Seddon.
Here we go.
We've got Yarraville. We've got Spotswood. We've got Newport. Then we get the Altona Loop. We got Seaholme, Altona, Westona, Laverton, Aircraft, Williams Landing, Hoppers Crossing, and Werribee. There is 12 stations.
Too easy. Correct. 1 point.
Nice, easy one to start off with. Maxie, now I'm on to you now. And my first question is, which Werribee Line station between Footscray and Werribee is the newest to have been built?
Good question. So I know a lot of the stations are quite old, but there has been one that was added fairly recently. I can't remember the year. It might have been 2012, I think.
Around about then, if this is the station that you're thinking of.
If it's a station, that station is Williams Landing.
It is correct? Correct. Yes, it's Williams Landing.
Good start. Good
start for both of us.
Start. All right. Question 2 for you, Ben. What year did the Altona Loop get extended to Laverton?
Oh, you would throw that one out there, wouldn't you? I feel like it was during the 1980s.
Yep.
And I feel like it was this could be wrong. I feel like it was 1980. Oh, I reckon it's 5 or 7.
It's one of those two.
Of course it is. I'm going to go 1985.
Is it right? It's 1985.
Yes! Come on. Oh, that feels good. Oh, happy with that. I
thought you weren't going to get that. I'm very impressed.
I didn't think I was going to get that either, but no, I remember that. Okay, we're on to question 2 for me. And this is a tough one. How many car level crossings are between Newport and Laverton on the Altona Loop?
Oh, no. That's a good question. That's a very good
I'll
question.
give you a point too if you're within one.
You sure?
I will.
Oh,
I'm just
it might
that
be a few then.
kind-hearted.
All right, so let's start when the line diverges. So we got Corroy Creek Road, which got level crossing removed, so that's not
It
one.
did. Yep.
And
Good
then
call.
I have no idea the road names, but I know there's one at Seaholme. I know there's one at Altona. I know there's one at Westona, and one. Oh, so there's at least three. That's a good start. I feel like there's one more before Westona. So that's 4. Or is there another one, or am I just completely wrong and being a spud?
Who knows?
I am honestly not sure. I'm going to lock in 4 because that's the best I've got.
Perfect. So your final answer is 4.
Yes.
The correct answer was 5. So close, very close.
No, don't give that to me. That's
Very
terrible
close.
for me now.
Very
What
close.
was the one I missed
It was
out
a
on?
hard question. It would have been one of them. Yeah, sorry, I'm not too sure, but
We'll have it up on screen somewhere, guys. All right. Anyway, Ben, your third question. What year did Galvin and Paisley close on the now express route? It's a tough question.
That is a tough question. I reckon again, there's a real 90s theme here, isn't there? Or 80s theme, sorry.
Is it?
I feel like, well, obviously Paisley's sort of still there with the platform.
Yeah.
I reckon it was. This is what year?
Yeah.
I reckon it was the 1990s, and I reckon it was 1993.
No, lock it in.
I'll lock it in.
You sure you're going to lock it in?
Yes, I'll lock it in. I don't think it's right, but
Is it right?
I don't think so. If it's right,
Paisley and Galvin stations closed in 1985.
oh, 80. I was going to say that because that was when. That's a trick question. I
it's a tricky one.
I see. That's a very tricky one. Oh,
Got
well,
you
good
with
question. Good question. Good question. Now, this one, Max, you've been to every station on the Werribee Line, haven't you?
I have indeed. Many
have.
videos.
So let's test your memory with that. Which stations between Footscray and Werribee have pedestrian footbridges?
Oh, goodness me. Oh, boy. Okay. So, from Footscray, Seddon has a footbridge.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I don't know which is Spotswood or Yarraville next. That's a bit embarrassing.
I went through it before.
It's Spotswood. Oh, I should know that. Anyway, Yarraville does not have a footbridge. Spotswood does not have a footbridge. Newport does not have a footbridge. Seaholme, no footbridge. Altona, no footbridge. Westona, no footbridge. Laverton, footbridge. So what's that? That's 2. And then Aircraft, no footbridge.
No footbridge at Aircraft, is that so?
Oh, I don't know. Just Crossing, no footbridge, which is obviously after Williams Landing, which has a footbridge. So that's 3. And of course, the terminus at Werribee, no footbridge. So that is 3 footbridges, Ben.
You're going to lock in 3 footbridges. Is that correct, Max?
I am.
3 footbridges is the correct answer at Seddon,
Bang.
Laverton, and Williams Landing. As you said, bang, bang, bang.
Beautiful. I'm pretty relieved for that. It would be
Good answer.
embarrassing. I mean, even if I didn't know the station order, which is even more embarrassing, I'll take that.
That's a good answer. It's a good answer.
Question 4 for you, Ben. This is really hard. Good luck.
Oh, here we go.
What are the most used and least used stations on the line? For bonus points, guess the passengers to the nearest 10,000.
Sure. So, does this include all the way into the city? How far are we going in with this?
We're going to go after Footscray.
Okay. Including Footscray or not including Footscray?
Not including Footscray, because that would
Okay.
be the most.
Yes, it would. That's a tough question. Now, the big three, I'll start with the big one. The big three would be Werribee, Laverton, and Newport. I reckon it's one of them. But which one?
Which one?
I'm going to go, and I think the least used is, I was going to say, I think the least used is either Aircraft, Westoner, or Seahome. So there's your sort of 6 that we're dealing with here. It's a tough question. I'm going to go, the busiest station is, I'm going to say Newport.
Yep.
Or am I? Yeah.
Are you? Up to you, mate. Up to you.
I know. I need to get a move on with this. We'll go Newport, and the least used station, I'm going to go one of the, as you said last week, one of the most picturesque stations on the network, Seahome. And how many passengers to the nearest 10,000 did you say?
Good luck, mate. I'll give you 10 points if you get any of these right.
Nearest 10,000. That's like some hard stuff. I reckon Newport, 1,200,000, 270,000. We'll go.
Oh, all right. Interesting.
And Seahome, 110,000.
All right. So, first of all, Seahome is the least used station on the line.
Oh,
well done.
get in. Good. Happy with that.
The most used is Williams
Werribee.
Landing.
Williams Landing. Really?
I know.
Wow.
1.75 million passengers.
Oh,
Smoking.
jeez.
Now,
Oh,
here's my dilemma. I made a stupid comment and said you get 10 points for getting closest to nearest 1,000.
don't tell me. Don't tell me for
Seahome.
Seahome.
Seahome has 106,000.
Oh,
You were
that's
in the range.
in the range.
So I'll give you a point. You're not getting 10
Give me a
points.
point.
No
Give
way.
me a point. Give me a point. That's
So-
fine. I'll take that.
Yes. You should take that. I'm very impressed with that.
I'm happy with that. That was good. My question now, though. Now, Max, this is not actually a question sort of about the Metropolitan line, believe it or not.
Oh.
This is a question about the regional services on another line. So, in what year were regional services from Geelong and Wollongong taken off the Werribee line under the
I should know this.
Regional Rail Link project?
Oh boy. I know a lot of people are going to be screaming at their screens right now because they know it. And I should know it. I really should know it. But I don't.
So, do you remember back to
fair
Regional
idea.
Rail Link? Do you remember back to Regional Rail Link?
So the years that pop to mind are 2012 and 2015, or around that era. Quite recent. But yeah, like I said, in all honesty, I am not 100% sure. So I'm going to take a good stab in the dark and say 2015.
Do you want to lock that in?
I'm going to lock that in.
Correct answer is 2015. Well done.
Oh,
You've got
yes.
it bang on. You've got it bang on.
How good's that?
What an answer.
Back in the game.
Back in. That is a good answer. Well done.
The scores now are 4-3 to you I believe.
Sounds about right.
Exactly.
We'll double check. We'll double check after, but sounds about right.
The final question for you, Ben. Now, this is the hardest question, and if you get a point, well done. What are the 4 different speed limits seen on the line?
What sort of a question is that?
It's a shocker.
Okay.
It's a shocker.
Okay.
So 1 point for each speed limit.
Yeah. Okay. 115. That's one of them, yeah? Maybe.
Are you gonna lock that in?
Oh, go away. 100 I'm going to say, okay, 4, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. 115, because I know that's around the network. 80.
It's tricky. It's very tricky.
130 and 45.
Lock them in.
Lock them in.
I am very impressed.
How many?
You got 2.
2. I'll take that. That's good.
Crazy.
I'll take
So,
that. That's good.
The correct answers were 80 kilometres, which is
Yep.
seen between Footscray and Newport, Altona to Laverton,
Yep.
and 130 kilometres, which is seen between Newport and Werribee, obviously a bit more express.
Yep.
So,
makes
mate, you should be so proud with that. That's impressive.
Happy with
I would
those
not
two.
be able to do that.
Happy with those two.
The two you missed out on were 65 kilometres an hour between Newport and Altona.
Yep. Oh, that's a tricky one, isn't it? 65.
Or
Oh.
if you think that's tricky, the absolute stingy
Oh,
god,
don't tell me.
15 kilometres an hour.
Oh no.
Which is seen at Werribee station platforms and switching tracks.
Oh no.
That is very stiff.
Oh,
I'm
lucky
sorry
it's not for long. But that was a good question. I like that.
Well done, mate. So that brings your total to 6.
Okay.
That's very good.
Now I'll have to count up your total soon, but we've got
I
one
think
more
I've got
question.
3.
We've got one more question to go here. So the question is, Max, in what decade was Mobile Town Station opened and closed? Now
no.
we were talking a while ago, and there might have been some suspicions that this question was coming. So we'll see how well Max is prepared.
Not a chance. Not a chance. So what year? Absolutely no chance I'm getting a year of it.
Decade.
Decade?
For opening
Okay.
and closing.
Oh dear. So I'm going to say 1980s for the closure. If that's not right, it's around that time. Or is it? Oh, God. I've been there. I've been to the site. I should know this. And then the opening. Oh dear. I don't even know if it's. Oh, this is embarrassing from the train man here. I mean, seriously.
Come on, train man.
Oh, and I was expecting this station as this like.
I
question as
know.
well.
You knew
Oh,
it was coming.
what am I going to say, Ben? Give me a clue, surely.
I mean, I've already, narrowed it down a fair bit with what decade it was, not year or anything. How do I? Oh, what clue? I don't know what to give as a clue. It's hard. Okay, it wasn't. It was in the 1900s. It was in. It started with a 19.
Okay, so I reckon I'm going to lock in 1980s because that's around the time that the Altona loop was extended. So that's what I'm going to go with. And the opening, I mean, after a world war, maybe, as like, oh no, I'm just pulling, clutching at straws here. Oh no.
Something at least.
All right, pick a number, Ben. Just pick any number.
Any number?
Yeah, just any number.
Do you want? I mean, I've got the answer sitting in front of me, so I mean, I could pick that number if you want me to.
Give me that number. That'd be nice.
Pick a number. 11.
11. Good. That doesn't mean anything.
I know.
But, I mean, if I'm going off my logic of World Wars, Great Depression after World War II, that can't be good. So I'm going to go after World War II. And what's that? 40s, 50s? I don't know, just 1950s.
1950s and 1980s. Is that your answer?
Yes.
Would you like to lock it in?
Good game, Ben. Probably won again, mate.
You are correct completely. 1950s and 1980s. Yep.
Are you joking?
I am not joking
No.
one bit.
What's the answer?
I am. The correct answer. The station opened right in the 1950s, specifically 1953, and it closed in 1985. So well done.
Oh boy.
Well done.
Oh boy. That is what?
That is very good.
How did I do that?
In fact, it opened as Standard Oil Platform was its original name.
All right.
I mean, it's good that you didn't guess like 1900 because, you know, it is called Mobile Town for a reason, you know. Not much oil would have been running around back then. But good answer.
Now, I don't know what that brings the scores to. I'm pretty sure it's close.
I think it's about even. I'll put it at even, I reckon. That sounds about even. So we'll put it at even. We'll sort it out. We'll sort it out eventually, and we'll put something up on our Instagram.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that was a great quiz. I'm really happy with that one. Good game. Good game.
Good game. Very good game. Well done, Max.
Now, on to our next segment with the future of Metro 2. Before we head to Metro 2 post-production edit here, the quiz scores, we figure them out. 7-6 for me. Max, the train man, wins the Werribee Line. The train man wins the Werribee Line.
But just remember, Max, mate, it's even now. Okay. I'll be back bigger and better. So we'll see what happens next time.
Let's go straight to Metro 2.
Now, on to Metro 2, the unsung project of Melbourne. It will certainly impact the way trains run in Melbourne, connecting the Mernda and Werribee lines in a new way, with Geelong trains also potentially benefiting.
That's right, Ben. You may have heard of Metro Tunnel or Metro 1 that we've talked about last week. But Metro 2, well, it's on a different level. Running from Newport in the west to Clifton Hill in the northeast, the line will serve a whole range of both interchanges and new stations.
It will, Max. So from the interchange at Newport, the tunnel will travel to 1 or 2 new stations in Fisherman's Bend before reaching Southern Cross. From here, we can expect the first underground platforms at Southern Cross to be built, hopefully with pretty good connections to the other 16 platforms.
That is pretty exciting. But after Southern Cross, the line would swing north to an interchange at Flagstaff and then Parkville, where Metro 2 would meet Metro 1. The tunnel will then travel east to a new station near Carlton and Fitzroy before finally interchanging with the Hurstbridge line at Clifton Hill.
So what would this, allow the system to run like, Max, I guess? It's an interesting point. So what it would do is it basically means the current path between Clifton Hill and the city could be used exclusively by Hurstbridge trains, while the current path between Newport and the city could be used exclusively by Williamstown and alternate loop trains. That
is a great idea, I reckon. Currently, the plans of construction are not to be seen. However, as discussed in the news, Infrastructure Victoria's plan showed the tunnel to be completed in the next decade or two. An exciting dream us train fans will continue to have. How good?
It's pretty good, isn't it? I mean, I love the idea. The development of Fisherman's Bend currently is full steam ahead and definitely benefit from a train line. So reducing the strain on the city loop, it'll be great for the whole city when the population grows.
Absolutely agree. We're seeing, right now, seeing population growth even through the pandemic, but I'm sure after that, it's just going to explode. It's such a great city. I love it so much.
It definitely will, yeah. It's a big project and hopefully one day we see it going ahead.
Couldn't agree more. And now, we got some good facts, mate. Let's go.
We have. This will be a good segment. We're on to our facts now, and we've got some pretty good ones from around the world. And trust me, I am especially looking forward to hearing yours, Max. It seems like a pretty interesting fact, and I can't wait for you to explain to the audience what it is.
It is a ginormous fact, and you guys are going to absolutely love it. So sticking with my theme of Japan from last episode, Japan's train system is absolutely insane. We've seen that. And as of 2021, the country is home to 45 of the busiest 50 stations in the world. That is absolutely bonkers. So bonkers,
Unreal.
I'm going to read the list out. The top 50 list. You ready for this, Ben?
I am. Let's go.
So we've got Japan,
Yes,
Japan,
let's go.
Japan, 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 France in Paris, Taiwan in Taipei, Japan, Paris again, Japan, Rome, it's a bit surprising, Japan, 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 Hamburg in Germany, also surprising, and we got Japan, Japan. And then there's just like another 12 more Japans. It's insane. I can't.
It's big. There's a lot of Japan. it's very Japan dominated. I think it's safe to say.
Anyway, from those 45 Japans, the busiest station, Shinjuku Station in Tokyo, has over 3.8 million passengers a day, meaning that in 7.5 days, this station gets more passengers than Flinders Street does in a year. Oh,
That is just
that fact
unreal.
is a stupid fact.
That is just unreal. No, that is a fantastic fact. I mean, there's a lot of Japan there, isn't there? I mean, it just highlights how much Japan there is. Just a lot of Japan.
Absolutely dominates trains in general. It's crazy.
It does. Now, I've got another question. I don't think it's quite as funny or as good as Max's, but here we go. So the famous MRT, the Mass Rapid Transit System in Singapore, was first operational on the 7th of November, 1987, with just one line and 5 stations. Now, that had a total track length of 6 kilometres. And 34 years later, here today, it's grown to have a total system length of 216 kilometres, with heaps of extensions to come. And I mean, it'll definitely get bigger as well. I mean, it's constantly evolving.
Wow.
It's unreal, isn't it, Max?
Oh, it is. It's absolutely insane how that's grown so much. I mean, to put in perspective, how much has Melbourne grown in that same time?
I think in that same time, if you don't include the electrifications, we've only done first the South Moraine and then Mernda. So I mean, we love the Mernda rail link. We love all of that. We love the South Moraine rail extension.
Oh, we do.
I think Singapore puts it to shame.
Bit of an understatement there, Ben. But anyway. Now, to our final segment, we've got a big announcement.
We do.
Now arriving. Now arriving.
4 minutes.
Now arriving.
Now, the final bit of the podcast, a big announcement. You ready for this, Ben? You ready for this, guys? This summer, Ben and I are planning on going to every single station in Melbourne in a single day.
Now, this won't be an easy task, but over the past few weeks behind the scenes, we've created a pretty good route to do this, we think, including the good old Stony Point line, trying to hit the record for the fastest time.
Indeed, we are. Hopefully, restrictions permitted, we can film the whole journey, maybe even meet some of you guys along the way. But it's a 19-hour challenge starting up at Mernda at 4:43 in the morning.
If anyone knows anyone from Metro or anyone else who might be able to help out, please message us on Instagram. It's something we're both really excited about, and hopefully we'll have some more news in the coming months, won't we, Max?
This is going to be incredible. I cannot wait for it.
It is going to be something very special if we can pull this off. And I think we can pull it off. So hopefully some of you guys out there can let us know if any of you or someone you know can help us out. It should be unreal.
I can't wait, mate. But now it's time to end the podcast. That just about wraps up the podcast, Ben. A pretty successful one, mind you, but I will never, ever look at Japan the same way again. You know, when you say a word over and over again, it just doesn't sound right? That's exactly what's just happened. Oh, dear.
I can imagine. I mean, it was a pretty intensive segment, wasn't it? The facts today, but no, it's one of those things, you know, there's a lot of them in Japan, and it was important to point that out, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And don't forget my win in the quiz. I'm going to come back and just smash you all the way through now.
I mean, scores are level. Just keep that in mind, okay? Scores are level. So
Not
still a
for long,
long
not
way
for
to go. Still a long way to go.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. Look out for the next episode soon. And until next time, see ya.
See ya.